BuzzNCuzz.
Hey, welcome out to the BuzzNCuzz show. We're here at the Eagles, 3263. We got Buzz over here. Hey, I want to thank y'all for listening. We got a special guest here with us. We got George from Woody Anderson Ford. Going to talk to you a little bit about some what he does out at Woody Anderson. Going to talk to you about Henry's Restaurant opening up real soon. Hey, George, good to have you, buddy.
Thank you, Roger. Hi, Rodney.
Hey, George. George Kostakis. We bought a couple of cars from George about 2 years ago. Great salesman out there. If anybody gets out to Woody Anderson, make sure you go out and see George and all the fine people out there. George, how's it going, man?
Going great. We had a big day. We're upcoming extending our 0% for 72 months on our super segment cars. These are the cars that get 36 to 40 miles a gallon. The Fusion, the Escapes, the Focus, and we're now the #1 searched vehicle on the internet.
Wow, that's great.
Here in the United States, so we're very blessed in that. But great to have you guys out here at Eagles, Erie, and I've been a member since 1996 here.
Hey, George, how long you been with Woody's?
December 1992.
Wow, 92.
About coming up 24 years.
That's good. I know a ton of people out there. Of course, we talked about Henry out there. Henry's restaurant, they're working on it now, getting it ready to go. Henry's, he does some great barbecue. Man, it's just awesome. I've known Henry for quite a while, and he's got some great food, and can't wait till that happens. Get that opened up out there.
Yeah, they've already broke ground on that, and it's going to be right there between the Quick Lane and the new car showroom, and hopefully be ready in about 6 or 8 weeks. And it's called Henry's Mustang Cafe. So, talking about full service, we got body shop, service, parts, gift shop, and new and used vehicles at 2 locations.
So while you're waiting, you get to eat. Is it going to be a sit-down kind of restaurant?
Yes. In fact, the old-fashioned booths like my Fred's Cafe Grandpa had right here on 9th Avenue.
Cool.
But it's going to be at 2500 Jordan Lane, right by the new Associated Sciences School. Ed White has converted, is going to be converting, be ready next year. Moon Construction and some of the our other clients are working on that right now for the new school for Associated Sciences and Advanced Learning.
Well, I know with me working out at the auction, I know you guys have been extra busy just by the trade-ins that y'all get that you guys are sending out our way for us to sell. Y'all are sending anywhere from 40 to 60 cars every other week for us to sell. So from my folks to you guys, thank y'all, because y'all are making our job a lot easier.
Well, thank you, Roger. Yeah, without the support of our vendors and our auctions, we can't turn to earn in the way of helping the community. If you do invest at Woody Anderson Ford, you'll notice how it might go to the Veterans Memorial or Child Advocacy or the Girls Incorporated or some of the local universities we just help support. And if you have a cause, let us know.
Well, we're all excited. It was usually when we take our team out to grill out, cook out, and play music and just have a fun time at some of the dealerships. We have to recruit our folks to go. But when we told them last Monday that we were coming out to Woody Anderson to do it, all of them jumped in. So we are bringing a full crew of sales folks from our place. They were all on board and jumped quick. They absolutely love David Ridgway and Mick and those guys that they know that they're used to coming in and seeing all the time. And I always tell my folks, make sure you're extra nice to the salesman that's there, because you never know where tomorrow they may be the GM or the used car manager. So make sure you're nice to everybody. But man, they were tickled to death. This will be our first time to go to Woody Anderson, because it's always Henry cooking, so we never get the opportunity. So we're excited about it. You're going to be excited to see our trailer that we drag out there.
What time we kicking off?
We'll be out there. We'll set up about 10 o'clock. We got a trailer, a tailgating trailer. It's got a 70-inch flat screen TV in it. We're going to have a lot of music playing and game playing and a little bit of everything. So we're all excited and pumped up.
That sounds fantastic. It's going to be a beautiful weekend.
Oh,
Come on. If you ever noticed at the Woody Anderson, everything is wheelchair accessible and pet friendly. So there's not a step in the entire 19.8 acres out there. So If you want to come on out, we have Mobility Plus and things of that nature. If you have special needs or anything like that, check us out.
Speaking of room out there, I see the city has started working on that corner out there where the expansion is going to take place. They're going to increase that lot.
Correct. We are in growth mode, and we'll be expanding the dealership west out in front of the showroom. Will be our next project, and that'll be later this year. Henry's Mustang Cafe will be ready in about 6 or 8 weeks. Our quick lane service, they're open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 7 to 4 on Saturday, along with our warranty and body shop is open 7 to 6. So we are expanding there on Sparkman, named after the late Senator John Sparkman, and Jordan Lane. They are making a new access area into the dealership. That'll be our 4th entrance, but they are expanding toward the south there, so it'll make it safer for corner around the corner right there at Jordan Lane and Sparkman.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate George stopping by, talking with us, and man, we look forward to being out there with you guys Saturday. And my F-150 is doing great. I want you to know that. And we also got a Taurus Limited that's just running off the wheels.
Fantastic.
So we appreciate everybody out there at Woody Anderson for keeping us in some good Ford products.
Okay, well, give Mama an extra hug.
I will.
Thank you, Rodney.
She'll
Thank you, Roger.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, George.
And Jeff says hello too. He's always helped me out when I'm out of pocket. So
Good deal.
we've been working partners for 24 years.
Jeff Parker out there. Jeff's
Mhm.
another good guy. So some great folks out there at Woody Anderson. Y'all stop by there and see them. Come see us out there this weekend.
Ask David Ridgway when he goes to the Boston Marathon. I think he's qualified for that. So.
Okay, good deal. I'll ask him about that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Buzz, 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 BuzzNCuzz. Buzz, 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 buzz.
This shit that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on.
Hey Maurice, you remember when we were little, and that cereal we had, I didn't know it till we done got older, but hell, that cereal we had them generical cereals.
Yeah, I remember, you know, some of them people got these Lucky Charms. You remember we had these Lucky Stars.
Yeah, then I didn't even know they had like Frankenberry and Bluebird and all that. That Bluebird, cause my mama was afraid of ghosts, so we never had them. But I would like them. Then they had them Sugar Smacks. All we had was Smacks.
You ain't had no sugar?
No. See, if you had money, then you could get Sugar Smacks.
Well, I remember one time you used to drink Sugar Sweets.
I remember Sugar Sweets. If people don't know what the Sugar Sweet was, tell them what that was.
Water and you put sugar in it.
Yeah, and you mix it up.
Yeah. Hey, how come all our cereal, none of it come in a box? It was always in a bag.
Cause what I was saying, it's a generic cereal.
Yeah, generical.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you had them, like I said, you had the, all them names. See, that's what I didn't notice till I done got to be an adult.
Our damn Wheaties ain't even had no picture, no people on it. Ain't even had no athletes on it.
No, it just said wheat.
Yeah. The damn athletes done run off the box.
Like, you know, if you had money, they had Apple Jacks. Yeah, we just had Jacks.
Yeah. They ain't even had no bobs in front of them.
Fruit Loops, Loops. That's all it was.
Just
loops.
Yeah.
You know, and they come in a bag.
Yeah. If you want any fruit in it, you had to hope if some apples fell off Herbie them tree.
Yeah.
And they get mad if you pick them mugs up.
You know, they had some money. The people did. They, you know, had them snow cone trucks. We talked about them snow cones.
Yeah.
But they had the good syrup up there at their house. Then the frosted mini wheats. What do we have? Mini
Mini
wheats.
wheats. Ain't no frosted, is it?
We didn't know what frosted was.
Buzz. Buzz, 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 BuzzNCuzz. Buzz, 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 buzz.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that
Hey, we got Mr. Woody Woodruff on the line with us today. Want to thank Woody for being our guest today. Woody, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing fantastic, guys. Thank you for having with me.
Woody, all the way from Shelbyville, Tennessee, is calling in, and we want to talk to Woody a little bit today about how he got started in the auctioneer business, and also how he got associated with Dealers Auto Auction. And Woody, if you would just go ahead and talk about that, how you got started and how you got associated with Dealers Auto Auction.
Well, Roger, I'll tell you, I got started when I was 19 years old. Nobody in my family's an auctioneer. And went to a sale barn that sells Tennessee walking horses in Shelbyville, Tennessee. And wasn't doing a lot in college, trying to find myself. Knew the guy that owned the sale barn. He gave me the opportunity right there to go to work for him. I listened to that auctioneer and kind of put my foot in my mouth with a lot of guys there that were working that were seasoned and professional auctioneers, because I asked them all if they could make a living being an auctioneer. Of course, right off the bat, they give me a few harsh words, and they said, "Don't ever mention that again, because we'll tell you where to go to school." So from there, I went on to school, learned the trade, and one of my first auctions that I was employed with was Dealers Automobile Auction in Huntsville, Alabama. Kind of the rest is history. I've been able to grow right there with it. I work for Roger Fields every Tuesday morning in Huntsville. It's a great auction. I don't mind telling you, and Roger knows this, we talk about it all the time. That is one auction that I've never sent a customer to that they've only been there one time. And it's just a joy and a pleasure to work with those guys and their sales staff as an auctioneer. When you roll into a sale barn, if it's organized and it's ready to go, it makes our job a whole lot easier, and it reflects the prices on the top end at the end of the day when they've got it, all your buyers prepped and your sellers prepped as well, to come in there and have a good day. And I don't mind telling you, I've got a horse auction myself. Talked to Roger and asked him different points of views on things. As far as managing my horse sale, we sell Tennessee walking horses. We've actually got a sale coming up this Saturday, and we've got 2 more days the following Friday and Saturday during the Tennessee Walking Horse Celebration. We got about 250 head of registered Tennessee walking horses that'll be there. We'll be excited for it. But with all of that being said, we sell those horses a lot the same as what we sell cars. We sell them in a lane, just like you do at Dealers Automobile Auction in Huntsville, Alabama. And they've all got papers on them. We've got ringmen with whistles that stand in the lane. They ride the horses up there. The auctioneer grip, and we sell them. It's talking to Roger about it. I had to ask him. I think he's a great promoter, and I think he's a great general manager of the auto auction business. He's got the awards and accolades to prove it. And you know, as far as promoting and pushing my horse sale and watching his organization within his auto auction there in Huntsville, I try to play a little bit of his role over in mine, because I tell you, it definitely works.
Hey, Woody, how many horses do you think you guys will have up there for the auction?
We'll run anywhere from 250 to 300. We've only, this first Saturday's open consignment, which will be, it'll be yearlings, brood mares, riding horses, show horses. It'll be a little bit of everything for the Tennessee walking horse industry. This weekend kicks off 10 big days in Shelbyville with the Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration, and our sales kind of a big part of it right there on the front end. And then we'll have probably 60 or 70 on Saturday. Then the following Friday is our yearling production sale, and the majority of the yearlings in that sale will be, they're all bred, and they'll go on to be performance Tennessee walking horses. There'll be some pleasure in there, but these colts range anywhere from 3,500 to 25,000. They've never had a hand laid on them. It's kind of like if you've ever seen Keeneland, basic tipping, that type of deal. They bring those yearlings in there. They're by your top staying, out of your top brood mares, and they're there for them. We've got one yearling that's real special to us in the sale. We've got several, but we've got a consigner that has consigned a yearling that is campaigning for the Yearling World Grand Championship, which will be crowned on this Saturday night. If that yearling wins, will be the first sale in a long time that will offer your current 2015 Yearling World Grand Championship, World Grand Champion yearling at public auction. So we've got him consigned to the sale, so we're keeping our fingers crossed if Steve Smith and Ravenswood and Marty Warren, the colt's name's Carolina Chrome, if he's lucky enough to make that spotlight walk around the big oval in Shelbyville, he's going to be offered for sale right there on the following Friday at Ripwood Livestock Auction Services in Shelbyville.
Cool. Good luck with that. Hey, Woody, tell us about you. I mentioned Rodney a little bit about your son. Tell Rodney a little bit about your son.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a good young man. Emily and I were blessed with Starling March 30th, 2013, and just bringing him up the right way, and it might be the wrong way in a lot of folks' eyes. That young man, he likes livestock. He likes Tennessee walking horses. He likes auctioneering. Anytime he can go with Dad or his granddaddy and get around the horse sale. He hasn't made it to a car sale just yet, but I can tell you where he's going to go to his first one. It'll be about 45 minutes from my house in Huntsville, Alabama. I want him to get down there and see a good one. I don't want to break him in on the dull one by any means. But he's a good young man. He's actually he started riding when he was 12 months old. And, we're campaigning him and his mother, Emily Woodruff, my wife, and Midnight's Little Shake, which is a 5-time World Grand Champion lead line pony. We're campaigning them for the lead line pony World Grand Championship on the last Saturday of the celebration. It's doggone, it's a lot of pressure on that. I can tell you that much.
I bet it is.
Between mothers and grandmothers and granddaddies. A friend of mine, Mr. Charles Wegern, at banker in Lincoln County, is giving us the opportunity to show this 5-time world champion pony. These guys have hooked up the pony, my son, my wife. We're really excited about it, kind of a big thing. If Starling was to win the celebration that Saturday night, he would be the youngest person to ever wear the roses out of the Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration Ring. And I'm not for sure. We'd have to add it up. The first celebration was held in 1939, guys. So however many years that's been, he's 2.5. If he wins it, he'll be the youngest man to ever win a blue ribbon or a World Grand Championship at the Tennessee Walking Horse Celebration. So that's where the pressure's coming on. Mamas and grandmothers are always proud of their children and their grandchildren or this, that, and other. I can tell you right now, you get a dad involved in a horse and an opportunity to do that in a horse family, guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm just glad I was born in a pressure cooker, because I'm telling you, it'd be hard for most folks to handle.
Well, definitely keep us updated on that, Woody. This is Rodney. I want to go back and ask you a question on the auctioneer side of things. You said you went to school to learn that. What kind of process is that when you learn that trade to become an auctioneer? You know, time frame and.
It's well, I went to Missouri Auction School. Is where I went, and it's a great school. It's in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a easy process. You just sign up and go. It's kind of like a college deal. Is their format. You've got professional auctioneers that are there that do real estate, heavy equipment, cars, cattle, and you kind of pick what avenues you wanted to go in. I picked the auto industry and the livestock industry and the real estate industry. I wanted to learn those, and they've got top auctioneers in those fields that sit down with you and show you about what you're getting into, and they also teach you the chant. There's a whole lot more to the auction business than just the chant. You can make a great living and not be a great bid caller, but my dad's a farrier, and he shoes horses for a living, and he always told me, he said, don't just learn a piece of the trade, learn the whole trade. And that's where I kind of formatted myself. I didn't want to just be a good bid caller. I wanted to be a good auctioneer also. And there's several schools that are out there.
Well, you certainly do a fine job. You're one of the top one around that I know of. And shoot, you know me, Woody. I recommend you for every job around.
I know that's exactly right, Roger. I tell you, I feel like if there's ever been a team of auctioneer and a GM hook up, man, you've done a pretty doggone good job, because we back each other up 120%. And I feel I always know that Roger's got my back, and it makes it a confident situation right there when you're up there selling, knowing that your general manager's got enough confidence to handle some of the accounts that he pulls in. But it's, when you get into auctioneering and you get into, there's so many different avenues out there now, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger with, you've got Barrett Jackson on TV, you got Meekum Auto Auctions on there, you've got House Hunters, you've got American Pickers, different things like that are pushing the auction industry right now. It's one of the fastest moving industries in the United States and in the world right now. Well, a lot of folks are wanting to get into it, and it's great. But, the auctioneering part of it and the bid calling, a lot of folks ask you, Woody, how do you talk that fast? Well, I'm just a country boy from southern Middle Tennessee, guy, and probably one of the slowest talking guys you ever talk to. And I tell them, it's like practicing a guitar, a drum set, anything like that. You just got to get out in the garage and get you a microphone, set you up a speaker system, get in front of a mirror, and go to work, go to bid calling, go to watching auctioneers, going to try to build your own chant. One thing you'll find with auctioneers, not one auctioneer will you ever hear sound the same, because everybody's different. My chant's different from one guy's. Another guy's different from his. We might sound a little alike, but it'll never be the same. So that's what you got to do. You've got to find, it's kind of like golf. It's all on you to produce whatever it is and the sound that you want to do. Whatever golf game you want to produce, it's up to you to get out there on the course and hit the basket of balls to get out there to pick up that game, and it's the same thing with auctioneering.
And I've been out there a few times and seen you guys in action, and one thing I really noticed too is you guys all have to work in unison out there. You've got to rely on the people on the ground there, seeing those bids, and I don't really know how the whole process works, but I see how it all works, in a sense. You're watching them, and so you got to be really fast, because man, it's a fast pace out there. How everything goes,
it's fast paced. Watching a dealer auto auction, there's professional buyers there and there's professional sellers there. And as an auctioneer, you've got product knowledge and price on what that car's worth when it comes in front of you, and so does that seller, and so does that buyer. Where the rapid pace picks up right there is those guys, they're bidding to you. They've got things to do. You've got to get in there, sell those cars, and they need to be out there by a certain time, because they got to get back to the lot. There's not a lot of dilly-dallying going on, because they already know when they walk in that ring how much they want to give for it. Ballpark. They might get it a little cheaper. Typically, they give a little more. At least on my way, we try to get all we can. It's dealer consignment, and we have to bear down for those guys. But it's that's where the rapidness comes in. You go to an antique sale, and it's kind of slower paced. those guys aren't going to auctions every day. The guys at these car sales, they're there 5 days a week, sometimes 2 or 3 sales a day. They know what's going on. They know the routine. They know how to listen to that auctioneer. They know what the numbers are. They know how to bid fast, get in there and get the job done, and they roll on. Roger can tell you that. It's a fast-paced game. There's a lot of money there to be made and a little bit of room for error. And when you're selling a car in 45 seconds, that's where the pressure comes on to me, is that we're tripping those cars through that lane, and everything's got to be correct. The run number's got to be announced, the bidder number, the bid price, the light system, everything's got to be on cue. You're running 80 cars in 45 minutes. That's getting it on. Now, at the end of that, all that paperwork has to be right. All those lane clerks have to be on the same page as the auctioneer, and your ring people assisting you down there, the guys that are screaming and yelling that are in the lane, that are assisting the auctioneer and the bidders down there. All that's in unison. That's a unit. It's all got to flow. One, it's like an engine. I tell people all the time, it's a well-oiled machine. One thing goes wrong, and the whole machine shuts down. Everybody has to be on the same page. When it's running, it's like a NASCAR engine at a car sale. It's fast, it's hard, everything's moving through there. At the end of it, it's got to be able to shut down and everything be right in the office. That way there's no errors and no trouble getting the money in. That's a lot of pressure. Now, you figure 80 cars. Roger Fields typically keeps, on average sale, anywhere, what would you say, Roger, 5 to 650 a sale?
Yes, sir.
500 to 650 cars a sale. 4 lanes going, and all of this right here is handled by all his staff. But now when the auctioneer comes in, it's on us for what they've worked their cans off all week for. They're asking us to come in there and sell those cars. And it's a lot of pressure, guys. I don't mind telling you, but that's the difference in, just somebody out here that maybe wants to do the trade and a guy that actually wants to get in here and be a part of it. At these big auctions, it's not just being an auctioneer there. You're part of the team there, or none of it works. That's the way I run my horse sale. It's the same way Roger runs his deal. Nobody works for anybody. We all work with one another, and that's just the way I feel, and we're all a unit. We know what's going to happen when we get in there.
Yeah,
we're going to sell horses or we're going to sell cars.
At our place in Huntsville, Woody, everybody's a team. Like you said, there's no I's or nothing. I mean, no me's, I's. It's all us. It's all us.
That's exactly right.
We come in and everybody knows I'm the GM just because I'm the ball guy walking around. But we've been together so long. We don't change. We stay the same, and everybody knows when they come in. Those dealers that come in on Tuesday, they know that it's going to be Woody, it's going to be Pat, it's going to be Chris, it's going to be Big Dave, and it's going to be Tywater, and then our Joe that's just joined us. They know who's going to be there, and they've learned to trust those guys, trust you guys. So
absolutely,
it's just worked, and I think that's part of our success in Huntsville. Is because we don't change up. We keep the same people, and like I say, it's just a bond that we built with our dealers and the trust that we've got. So you guys, I mean, y'all do a heck of a job, and man, we appreciate you doing this with us today, and we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up, but as we wrap it up,
well, one thing I want to do, we like to have a little fun here on the BuzzNCuzz show, so. I want to hear a little bit of the chant, but what I want to do is, Woody, I don't know if Roger told you about his dog Lexi, but you do livestock auctions, so I want to hear you. If we were going to sell Lexi, Roger's favorite dog, which he would never do, but if you were going to sell Lexi, auction Lexi off, let's hear a little bit of how you would auction off Lexi.
She's a boxer. She is a boxer.
She's a boxer. She's a great dog, but Roger would never auction off Lexi. But if you were going to auction Lexi off, let's hear a little bit of that.
would sell it here. Damn, $400 $400 and $5 $1 down, son, beer, man, $1 down, and $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $100 bill. I'm on here, 17, 18, 19, $2,000 $20 down, 1, 2, $20, $3, 4 beer, and $20, $5, all in all done, I get it go, and 25, 6 on 2. So this bottle right here, $2,500.
All right, man, we appreciate it. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Woody doing it for you there. If any of you dealers out there, you want to get a chance to go out and hear some great auctioneer going on, go out to Dealers Auto Auction. And
hey, don't forget to put on the end of that. That was sold the Dealers Automobile Auction way.
Woody, we appreciate it so much, buddy. I will see you on Tuesday. Man, you have a blessed evening, and look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. And we talked a little bit last night via text, and got you taken care of, buddy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Enjoyed being with you this evening.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Thank you, Woody.
Y'all too. Bye-bye.
BuzzNCuzz, BuzzNCuzz. BuzzNCuzz.
This shit, that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too right. Got a police and a fireman.
Thanks for listening to the BuzzNCuzz Show.